Hey friends, it's Rosie from iHeartRecipes.com. In this Dollar Tree Gourmet video, we're making steak fajita nachos using Dollar Tree steak and a ton of other Dollar Tree ingredients. So first things first, let's talk about this boneless beef ribeye steak bought from the Dollar Tree. Can it compare to your local grocery stores or your butcher market's ribeye steak? Absolutely not. We're working with the cheap meat, okay? This meat is super thin. I mean, it's so thin that when I opened up the package and I touched it, it almost fell apart. But with that being said, and me being the person that I am, I'm going to make this cheap steak taste like $1,000,000 by seasoning it to perfection. But first, I need to trim off the excess fat, and I'm also going to cut this steak in thin strips. Once I'm done doing so, I'm going to toss all this meat into a nice sized mixing bowl. So for this recipe, you'll also need some vegetable oil. You'll need some Herbs De Provence. If and when you see this at your Dollar Tree, buy more than one because it does not stay on the shelves. This has rosemary, fennel, basil, thyme, and more yummy spices. Yeah, definitely buy more than one. I'll also be using my red pepper flakes as well. That's optional, but you know, I am a red pepper flake girl, so I will be using it. So the meat's in this big bowl here. I'm going to drizzle in my vegetable oil, and then I'm going to follow up by adding in the Herbs De Provence and my red pepper flakes. Once everything's in there, we're going to toss the steak. We want to make sure it's nicely coated with the oil and the seasonings, and then we're going to set this to the side. We're going to cover it, and then we'll place it in the refrigerator, and we'll let it sit for about 30 minutes. We're only going to let it sit for about 30 minutes because it is thinly cut, so it doesn't take a lot of time for the seasonings to penetrate the steak. So while the steak is in our refrigerator, I'm going to grab my pepper stir fry. FYI, I want to make sure everyone knows again, all of the ingredients used in this video were bought from the Dollar Tree. So this pepper stir fry has like onions and colorful bell peppers. I'm also going to use this white cheddar cheese that I got from the Dollar Tree. Now the Dollar Tree has a variety of cheeses. However, most of those aren't really cheeses, if you get what I'm saying. But we'll cover that in another Dollar Tree Gourmet video. So let's grab that cheddar and we're going to shred it. You can use as much cheese if you want. And if you're not a cheese person, you don't have to use any cheese at all. I just don't understand people that don't like cheese. And I said don't like cheese. I understand it if you can't have cheese, but y'all know I love cheese. So once the steak has been in the refrigerator for about the 30 minutes that I said, we're going to grab it out and we're going to cook the steak on a griddle or a pan. So I'm using my griddle here. It's on 350. If you don't have one, you can use a regular pan and just cook the steak over medium-high heat. Now, if you're enjoying this video so far, please be sure to give it a thumbs up. If you're loving the Dollar Tree Gourmet series, yeah, be sure to give this video a thumbs up. It does help me out a ton, and it lets me know what y'all like. So yeah, let's thumbs up. And leave any comments down below regarding recipe requests for the Dollar Tree Gourmet series or any other recipe requests that you may have. So now we're going to just, continue cooking the steak until it's nice and well done. Once it is done, we're going to remove the steak from our pan or the griddle, and then we're going to set it to the side. Now before I completely remove all of the steak from the griddle, look at it, y'all. Like I told you, I was going to make it taste like $1,000,000, but it doesn't look half bad either, now does it? Yeah, I can work with almost anything, but I'll keep it real with y'all. If I don't like something, I will definitely let you know. So now we're going to, remove that from that griddle or your pan, and now we're going to fry up our onions and our peppers. I did not remove any of the oil from the pan that came from the steak, so all the seasonings and oils that was from the steak is right there, and I'm just going to let that season our peppers and our onions. And my heat is still on 350. Again, if you don't have a griddle and you're using a pan, keep your heat on medium-high. Don't forget, if you are not subscribed to my channel, take the time to subscribe. I upload every Sunday and Wednesdays at 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And if you like, also be sure to share this video with your family and friends on Facebook and your other social media outlets. I have these tortilla chips that, of course, were bought from the Dollar Tree. They have several different brands. Use whatever brand you want to use. And now you can grab whatever works for you. I'm going to use my cast iron pan thing here, or you can use a baked dish. If you use a baked dish, make sure that it's nicely oiled. My cast iron here is nicely seasoned, so I don't have to add anything. So now I'm going to add all of my tortilla, actually not all of them, I'm going to use some of the tortilla chips, add them into our baked dish or cast iron like I'm using. And then we're going to sprinkle on some cheese. Followed by the cheese, we can start adding our onions, peppers, and steak on top. And then once we're done doing that, I'm just going to layer it with more chips, cheese, and of course we're going to follow up with more steak and onions. And then I'm going to open up a can of Ro-tel. And I'm going to start sprinkling that on top because I love Ro-tel. I like tomatoes. If you don't want to use it, you don't have to. If your Dollar Tree does not have Ro-tel at that time, when you go there, you can use regular diced tomatoes and that will work fine. And then to add a little more color, I'm actually going to add parsley flakes, but that is, of course, completely optional. Place your nachos in the oven on broil and let this broil until the cheese melts and your chips start to brown a bit. And once it is done, simply pull it out of the oven and you are ready to serve. So this is what it looks like once done. I think it is fabulous. Again, we're using all Dollar Tree ingredients, so let's add everything up. Steak, chips, cheese, Ro-tel, pepper stir fry, oil, and your seasonings, about $9, and this can serve up to 4 people. I want to thank you all so much for watching. I do appreciate it. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and check out my other Dollar Tree Gourmet videos as well.